Well, we want to come this morning and do a special time together because it's Mother's Day. And we wanted to come and share something special this morning because it's Mother's Day. Now, I'm going to kind of change up because our services are changing and we're videoing everything. And I just began to think about Mother's Day a day or two ago, and especially this morning. And so I want to share a couple of verses of scriptures with you this morning. And then I want us to think about this for just a second. Instead of Mother's Day or Father's Day, I want to share with you about Parents' Day. That's kind of what I'm calling this time that we've had together. It is a way to honor our mothers today, of course, but it's also a way to even think about our fathers, our parents today. And so there's two verses of Scripture that I want to share with you this morning. They're little snippets found in Proverbs, but one of them says this: a gracious woman retains honor. A gracious woman retains honor. There's also a little verse of Scripture that talks about this. It says, a good man obtains favor with the Lord. Let me say that again. A good man retains or obtains favor from the Lord. You know, when I think about this, living to serve, it's a theme that we as a church adopted at the first of the year. It was the idea of living to serve God, living to serve church, and really living to serve others. But you know, this week as I was getting things ready for our services today and also thinking about Mother's Day, I couldn't help but think about this: real living to serve people, and especially those people in my life. And you know, as I began to think about the idea of living to serve, and I began to think about today being Mother's Day, there's a couple of things that I couldn't help but think about. And I want to take a minute today and I want to share those things with you. I think first and foremost is my wife. We've been married for over 30 years. And you know, I think about our life together and how that I could honor her today being Mother's Day, but I think that's kind of impossible because I would have to, again, think about mother, wife, my spiritual partner being in the ministry, and there's a lot of concepts that come up to that today. And you know, when I think about my wife, I think about our home life, and I think about her. Many of you may not know, but my wife grew up without a mom. And she didn't have one. Her dad raised all the kids, and so it's a little different. But I think about her today, and I honor her today because, you know, as I look back over our lives together, we lost our first child. Our two boys that we have now were born, and they were both born sick. And so there's been a lot of things that has been in our lives, and I just wanted to take a time today to honor her, to tell her how much I love her and what she means to me. You know, she did an awesome job raising two boys because I've been in the ministry and it's busy sometimes. And man, she done a fantastic job as a mom and a wife, keeping our family together, keeping our home together. Man, it goes without saying that she's a wonderful grandmother to Ben, and you know, he is the joy of her life. And just to say about ministry, many of you know what ministry is because you're in it. Many of you don't know, but my time is consumed a lot, especially during the crisis that we're in right now, because it's just a lot of busyness. And I think about her being my partner in ministry. And I think about her willingness, her sacrifice, and the joy that she has brought our home. And so I wanted to take a minute and just honor my wife, PJ, and just say, man, what a great wife, what a great mother, and what a great grandmother that she has been, and a great partner to me. I could not do what I do in ministry without her. And I wanted her to know that, but I wanted you to know that today, that as we think about our moms and we think about Mother's Day, we don't need to forget our spouse and what they mean to us. And so, man, I honor her today. The second thing, again, being Parents' Day, I think about my mom. I think about my dad. You know, again, it's Mother's Day, and I spent some time with my mom yesterday, but I couldn't help but look. They're getting on up in age, and they're getting a little more feeble than they used to be, and time begins to be more precious. You know, you don't know what next year holds. You don't even know what next month holds. And so, you know, I was thinking about it this morning, and I was going to come on and just honor my mom, but, man, you don't know. You don't know what tomorrow holds with your parents. And so, yeah, it's Mother's Day, but I want to honor my mom and my dad because they have been tremendous parents in my life. The sacrifice that they made for us three boys goes without saying. All my life they sacrificed for us. They gave unconditionally. They supplied our needs. I don't think that we had a lot of money growing up, but we didn't know that because there was always a hot meal, whether it was breakfast, lunch, or dinner. There was always clothes on our back. Daddy always took care of us from a financial standpoint, and so we really wanted for nothing. I don't think, you know, we got all the wants that we wanted, but our needs were met. And you know, as I began to think about my mom and dad today being Mother's Day, I thought about too that how that they instilled in us three boys the ability to put God first in everything that we do. And I can remember even as a child the sense of family devotion. Man, that, you know, they'd turn the TV off at night and we would have family devotion together. We always went to church. You know, there was just a lot of perspectives there when I think about Mother's Day today. And I think about not only my wife, but I think about my mom and my dad and the influence that they've had on my life today that has influenced me, I hope, to be the man that I am. And how that they've really made a difference. And I don't know that you know them, but I want you to know them today. That I love them, my mom and dad, I love them with all my heart, and they're special to me. And I know, again, it's Mother's Day, and I want my mom to know I love her. But I want my dad to know I love him too, and I'm so proud that God chose me to let them be my mom and dad. And they just mean the world to me because they have taught us three boys so much that I think it's who we are today, and I hope and pray that I am in some fashion or form passing that on to my children and my grandchildren. And so I want them to know what they mean to me today, and I honor them. There's the third thing that I want to do today because I was thinking about, again, Mother's Day and thinking about parents. I want to mention to you my father-in-law, my wife's dad. You got to think about, here is a man that raised 5 children pretty much by himself many years ago. And I don't know about the rest of them, but I know about my wife. He did an awesome job. Man, he did a fantastic job. I could not ask for a better wife, a better spouse, a better mother to my children. And so I want to share with you today, thirdly, about my father-in-law, Mr. Malone. And he's a wonderful, again, sacrificing person that gave of his life to raise those kids. So when I think about Mother's Day, when I think about Father's Day, there's a lot of people that I could mention today, but I just wanted to take a few moments and mention my wife, my mom and dad, and my wife's dad. Because in my life, again, there's been many people that have influenced it. There's been many people that have really made a difference in it. But probably none no more than those 4, because I see qualities in them that I want in my own life, that I hope one day can be a part of my life. And so today is Mother's Day. Take time to honor your mom. Men, take time to honor your wife. If you have the ability today to honor your mom and your dad, then I'd do that. By telling them that you love them, by thanking them for the sacrifices they made, thanking them for the raising or rearing that they gave you, the difference that they made in your life. Take this time today because listen, if there's one thing I've learned in this life, we're not promised tomorrow. None of us are. And so you take time today in some fashion or form to honor those around you. Ladies, honor your husband. Husbands, honor your wife. Kids, honor your mom. But listen, don't forget about Dad today. Yeah, we probably need to do this Father's Day as well. Because it's a great time to do that because we don't know what the future holds. Lastly today, I just want to thank God. I want to thank God that He loved me enough. He loved me enough. Not only to give His Son that I may have salvation, but He loved me enough to put people in my life that have made a difference. Today, my wife, my mom and my dad, and yes, my father-in-law as well, along with a lot of other people that we don't have time to mention today. But those 4 people have showed me things that I just want to thank God for today. So, yep, it's Mother's Day. Honor them, but honor those around you. Would you do that for me? Thanks.